That's fine.
Okay, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Elixir Friday coffee meetings, where we are trying to present the resources, tools, and other services provided by Elixir Infrastructure. I suppose that many of you already heard about the Galaxy, a powerful tool for the working with the workflows in the biological sciences. And we are lucky to have Martin Čech from IOCB, who actually joined us quite recently. He spent 7 years at Penn State University developing the Galaxy as the product. And Martin will give you an intro about the, let's say, the choices you have to take when you are trying to solve your scientific project. So Martin, please, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Erica. Welcome, everybody. Good morning. So I presented, or I set this up as a sort of 10,000 feet overview of what Galaxy is and how to learn more about it, since it's a fairly large project and it can do lots of things. And so I don't have the intent to teach you how to use Galaxy right now. I just want to present the ecosystem of how things are set together and where to look for if you are interested in learning more about any of these parts. So hopefully you can all see my screen. At least that's what the software tells me. So let me start a presentation here. That seems to work perfect. So if you want to access these slides, link to them is in the bottom. It's bit.ly/galaxy_coffee. And just to start this off, I want to just summarize what Galaxy is aiming to be. So the official definition of what Galaxy is a web-based platform for accessible, reproducible, and transparent biomedical analysis. This is sort of long running definition of what Galaxy is trying to be. A little different definition, which might fit more for particular uses, is that Galaxy provides a simplified interface to software and to compute infrastructure. And even though it started as biomedical tool, it strives to be domain agnostic nowadays. And I think it's doing a pretty good job. So it's not bound to be used only in biology. As I said, this is 10,000 feet overview. So let's just hop in how to start with Galaxy. So Galaxy looks something like this. It's a website that you access in your browser. And it looks a little bit like 3 panels next to each other. Let me get a pointer or something here. Does this work? Maybe. So in the very left, you can see the tool panel. So you can see every single link here is one particular tool. In this case, these are tools for machine learning. In the middle, there's something called tool form, which loads after you click on one of these tools, and it allows you to specify inputs and parameters and all sorts of input data that the tool needs for a successful run. And then you execute it. And once you execute it, it shows up in the right panel, which is called Galaxy History. And that is sort of timeline of what you have done within this particular Galaxy analysis or exploration that you are currently in. So this seems fairly simple. It looks just like a website. It's connected to some server in the back, and that server is connected to execution machines, like compute nodes that run your jobs. However, it can get fairly complicated fairly quickly because it allows you to do lots of things. It allows you to do workflows, and these workflows can grow out of scale very soon. It can look something like this. This is a fairly basic RNA-seq workflow that is commonly run within Galaxy. Galaxy can open specific tool windows within Galaxy itself for multi-QC, fast-QC, or even Jupyter Notebook, RStudio. Any of these tools can be run within Galaxy and connected to whatever Galaxy data is available. And you can have many histories on one account with many data sets. You can operate on thousands or dozens or hundreds of thousands of data sets at the same time, and all of this within the UI. You are still operating on a website. So as you can imagine, this can get pretty scary. But my intention is not to scare you. My intention is to show you resources where you can learn more if you're interested in using this sort of interface. And the main resource that I want to share with you today is called Galaxy Training. It sits at training.galaxyproject.org, and it is sort of the starting point for any Galaxy-based learning activity. And the activity being using Galaxy for research, so Galaxy for scientists, or administering your own Galaxy, or developing solutions based on Galaxy in terms of software code development, or wrapping tools for Galaxy, and any other training is usually covered within this website. How it works is that you visit the web page, and then you click on any of these topics, and these topics have materials, and they're either in a form of slides or in a form of hands-on training. And then you make your choice. In here, I click the slides, and you can see that right in your browser, there is a slide popping up. These slides are based on Markdown documents that are stored in GitHub and then generated automatically. And the great advantage is that when you're teaching with Galaxy, you don't need anything else than access to this, since all these slides have presenters notes, and they have the presenting interface right in the website also. So all you need is just this link. So let me just give you a quick rundown of how this can look like. I guess you'll see, perfect. So I'm going to go to use Galaxy EU, which is one of the Galaxy instances. This is the one that has a very close collaboration with Elixir. And then here, there is a button up there that loads the training within the Use Galaxy EU interface. And in here, I can browse, and I can check, for example, the hands-on session for Galaxy 101. So what it does is it loads the website within, I'm still within my Galaxy, I can go back and forth. And in here, all these trainings are usually based on some sort of trimmed down actual scientific applications of these tools. So they are real problems. They're just scaled down, so the jobs are not overwhelming, and that the people that are doing this for the first time are not scared by the size of data or by complicating steps to clean up data. Nevertheless, it is still usually a valid scientific approach. So, and what it does is it explains to you what to do, and then eventually you start running tools. So, for example, here we're just going to find some exons within a sequence, and there's a join tool. You can click on this, and now it threw me back into the usegalaxy.eu interface, and it opened the join tool. Maybe I can make it bigger so you can see better. So it opened the join tool for me, and I can go back and forth with these materials. And all of this provides a very smooth experience when you're following these tutorials and learning both Galaxy and a specific topic that you chose at the same time. So all of this is at traininggalaxyproject.org. There's a whole bunch of topics that you can follow, starting with like how to use Galaxy, but then it goes from genomic topics like assembly and sequence analysis through proteomics, metabolomics, metagenomics, and machine learning, all the way to imaging and things like, I think there are some natural language processing topics and things that are not as biology centered. Okay, let's get back to presentation. So that was step one, training materials, which are available in for many sorts of interests. Step two is you can check out how others are doing it, because there are many galaxies around the world that are focused on different topics. And one of the good places to start is the usegalaxy.eu instance. Excuse me. Is the usegalaxy.eu instance, which offers something called flavors. So all these items that you can see at these bullet points are subdomains of one galaxy, but they offer different set of tools depending on what topic they're focused. So if you go to ml.usegalaxy.eu, you will be offered a set of machine learning tools, and you will be presented machine learning workflows, and you will be linked and pointed at to machine learning tutorials. So this is a great way to start because it narrows down the clutter. Because if you're only interested in proteomics, you want to see what Galaxy offers in the proteomics realm. And this is a way how to do this fairly smoothly. And if you're interested in more, there is a website under galaxyproject.org/use. I'll make this bigger again. And that is sort of a directory that is aiming at linking to all galaxies that were made public. So in our case, if you want to look at public servers, you just click on this tab here, and you'll be presented a list of servers. There seems to be 134 entries at the moment, and all of these have description of what sort of server it is, what sort of tools they're doing, what sort of resources they're offering. But usually they're fairly nice servers that you can just pop in, check out what they're doing, check out the tooling, see what workflows they have set up, and maybe get inspiration, get inspired from what you've seen. Another interesting activity that is, or a resource that is offered by usegalaxy.eu, which is again Elixir centered, is something called Training Infrastructure as a Service. So if you already started to put one and one together, you can see that there is a great number of training materials, and there is a set of public galaxies that anybody can use. So these two things together offer a fairly strong learning platform for almost any course that can be run within Galaxy, which, starting with genomics, are many. And so this infrastructure as a service offers you a way how to make this even more smooth for your students. So what you do is that you fill a form on their website, and in that form you ask them, Okay, I want to run a workshop in 2 weeks for 50 students, but I don't have Galaxy, and I don't want to set up Galaxy. I want to use yours since it worked well for me, but I don't want to just throw 50 people at your resources unannounced. So, and this announces you, and they will dedicate some resources for your course, for the length of your course. And what happens in the end is that you and your students will have a dedicated queue for jobs. So your jobs will process smoothly for the duration of the course because you don't have to wait for anybody else on the shared resource. So this is very, very helpful for the application in teaching, and I very much recommend this. Another thing that Galaxy is often unclear about or sometimes misunderstood is that how can you use Galaxy? Like or many people are aware that you can go to a website and use a Galaxy, being it use Galaxy EU or use Galaxy.org. But then there are others, as I just mentioned, they're listed in the directory. But there are other means of how you can access Galaxy. So this table is fairly clear in how many there are. So the first row is what we just talked about, public servers on the web. The second row is that you can actually run Galaxy on your laptop or on your machine. Galaxy is not hungry. It becomes hungry when you actually run like big jobs, depending on your data on the tasks that you have at hand. But the Galaxy itself, for like toy purposes, for looking around, it's a very simple piece of software. And it is very well packed. So it's not difficult or lengthy to run it on your own machine. And it's also, looking at the third option here, on the cloud, it's well prepared to be deployed in cloud environments, being it all sorts of commercial cloud providers like AWS or Azure or GCP, but also various academic platforms like EOSC partners. And if your organization has their own infrastructure for cloud purposes, like OpenStack or Terraform, or Kubernetes, Galaxy is ready to be run in these environments too, which can provide you a peace of mind and a very stable service. So Galaxy can run basically everywhere. So that was step 2, get inspired and see how things can be done. Step 3 is to get your hands dirty. This is a little bit of code, not too much. If you can run this, you can run Galaxy. And it's 2 lines. The first is git clone, which is a way how to obtain the source code of Galaxy. And the second is to execute the starting script. So after this finishes, you will have a Galaxy up and running on your machine. It won't be ready to run like huge jobs, but it will be ready to run jobs. And it will be ready to be toyed with. And so you can look around and see how things could work for you, or how to bend things to do it the way you want. I think I'll speed up a little bit. I don't want to take too long. Interesting. Well, it's a good example. Maybe I should skip this. Well, they don't load, but I can see them here. I can see them here too. All right, nevertheless, So for running your own galaxies, again, there are lots of training resources. Actually, at the very same site, the training.galaxyproject.org, which is the main kind of take-home message. If you want to learn anything, go to training.galaxyproject.org. I see a message here. Oh, questions. I'll get there soon. Another thing that where you can learn things about deploying Galaxy is something called Galaxy Admin Training. So these are designed as week-long courses, and they're sort of nice in a way that everything is ordered in a manner that we think it makes sense. So you start with like basic stuff and you build from the way up. All these are available at this link, github.com/galaxyproject/admin-training. And again, we have training materials for how to add tools to Galaxy, because Galaxy sort of works like your smartphone, where you're trying to install things from App Store or from Google Play, from somewhere. So in order to get your tool into Galaxy, you need to get it to the App Store first. And in Galaxy's world, the App Store's name is Toolshed, and this is the way, and this is the tutorial link down here in how to get your software or tool and install it into, or get it into App Store, and then eventually install it into Galaxy and allow or enable everyone else to install into their Galaxies too. So that was first of the questions. Perfect. Where can we find running Galaxy instances in the CZ? We'll get there too. Is it possible to see the whole lecture later? I missed the beginning. I think so. If somebody's recording, maybe they're not. No, I don't think we're recording actually. But it will be, because there is a better version of this lecture coming up, given by Dave Clements next week. So I'll send out the link after we're done. All right, Galaxy workshops, galaxyproject.org/events. These are usually very, very up to date. So you can see even our workshop here, because Dave is very good at scanning places and putting them up together in lists. And now we're hopping into Czech Galaxy community. So what we're trying to do is we started with a couple of Elixir Galaxy workshops. We've done one for cheminformatics overview, one with proteomics focus. The next one is probably going to be genomics. And if you're interested in any of these, either join our mailing list at bit.ly/galaxy-czech, or just watch Elixir or Galaxy event space, like the one I mentioned before. Czech use cases for Galaxy. The best one we have, I think, is the Repeat Explorer, run from České Budějovice. And this is actually the second most cited Galaxy instance, ignoring the main use galaxy.org. And it's been running for a very long time, and it seems to be very successful in what it's doing. Another Czech Galaxy instance is the Metacentrum. So this is a wide purpose instance that can that has many tools installed and doesn't have any particular focus. It's maintained by Metacentrum, and everybody who has a Metacentrum account can just log in using that and run jobs there. And then we have an upcoming Galaxy, which I'm working on at Resetox, which is doing untargeted mass spectrometry. And so these are probably the three instances I'm aware of. There are some smaller ones, but I don't have time to go through these. And the aims of what we're trying to do with Galaxy and Elixir Czech is that we would like to serve as a hub for Galaxy activities. And we would like to provide trainings and workshops to anybody interested within the Czech academia environment. And we want to help bring up Galaxies for whatever purposes scientists in Elixir Czech and any adjacent organizations have. And we would also like to align with the European Galaxy effort and with the global Galaxy community. There's a question. Would you recommend using Galaxy as a framework for building a new relatively simple pipeline of tools from the scratch? Or would it be too big or too much of a... Well, I mean, it depends what you mean by simple pipeline. But generally what Galaxy brings you is the ease of use. So it's a website in the end. So if all your lab mates or lab members are very proficient in command line, and they're very good with like advanced tools like Nextflow and things like that, then I would probably not choose Galaxy if it's like some simple pipeline you want to put together. But if some of your users are not as proficient in command line and would like to have something simpler while still retaining all the information about how things were run, be able to reproduce things that you've run a year ago at the very same setup without any hassle, and also being able to run tools that could be complicated to run because they require virtualization or they require some complicated installation. All these things can be made transparent by using Galaxy. How can be Galaxy compared to Jupyter notebooks? So Galaxy is sort of more rigid than Jupyter notebooks. I think Jupyter is sort of exploratory tool where you just interactively run commands, usually exploring data, building visualizations, making graphs. But reproducibility is not something that Jupyter is good at. And also, Jupyter is not a good tool for running big things. Like if you want to run jobs on HPC, if you want to send jobs to some scheduling software like Slurm or PBS or things like that, you're going to have complications in your way. But Galaxy is something that is built for such deployment. So Galaxy is built to connect to HPCs. Galaxy is built to send jobs to clusters and to Kubernetes, to Docker virtualized VMs, all these things. That's what Galaxy does.
Okay, Martin, thank you very much. Seems to be that you already answered all the questions on the fly. So thank you very much. I hope I didn't interrupt you.
No, I did not. I'm done, actually. I just wanted to thank people for listening and for all the questions.
The timing is perfect. It's going to be at 10 o'clock. So thank you very much again for great presentation. Everyone who is interested, you can contact Martin, and thank you to all of you for listening. See you next Friday. And thanks, Martin. Bye.
You're welcome. Have a good one, everybody.